Africa is more than a destination. It is a feeling, a warmth, color, rhythm, and soul. And for first-time travelers, these countries are the perfect way to fall in love with the continent. I've seen a lot of people talking about going to Senegal. Gambia is a country that it is maybe less known. It's a very small country inside Senegal. So if you are in Senegal, you might as well go to Gambia. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't know anything about Gambia. And I was in Senegal. If you want to know more about Senegal, watch that video here. And I woke up in the morning, I took the bus and took the ferry and went to Gambia. So it was the first time for me and I had no issue at all. You just have to be careful because going from Senegal, who use the CFA, Gambia has a completely different currency. They have their own currency. And I got caught because I didn't have the currency and I had to take money from the ATM, which is not a problem because they have everything there. Gambia is a unique place as well. It's a place where you won't feel really disoriented. There's a lot of Western, there's a lot of European, American in Gambia. There's a lot of beaches. People are genuinely nice. I had so many great experiences when I was there. I met a young woman who took me around Banjul, which is the capital of Gambia. I was not there for a long time. And I just had a pleasant day. We went to restaurants, we went to many different places, and I had an amazing time. People were genuinely friendly. Banjul is not that big. So once you visit Banjul and Senegambia, where everybody goes, because yes, it's amazing, it's beautiful. However, go beyond that. And in any country in Africa where you go, take the time to talk to the locals. I understand that when you are a foreigner and traveling into an African country, you are seen like somebody who has money. But if you talk one-on-one on somebody that maybe caught your eye as being somebody trustworthy and somebody that can walk with you places and show you around, they will show you a different way of experiencing their country. It will be experiencing that country as the person, as a local, and it's the most amazing way to experience an African country, because the people are what makes the country. African people generally are very welcoming. And so in Gambia, it's a place where I would advise you to really get with the people. They are very generous, they are very friendly, and as a lot of West African, they are soft spoken. So for those of you who were uncomfortable maybe in Senegal because French or Wolof is the language that are spoken the most, in Gambia people speak English. When you visit Africa, you need to come with an open mind. Before coming to Africa, do your homework. Anyway, these countries that we're talking about, they are the easiest countries to visit in Africa. So you should be all right. If you loved the previous video showing you which 5 countries you can start with when you go to Africa, you're gonna love this one. Everyone visiting Africa are going the same places, okay? Even African, when they want to move back to Africa, go the same places, right? There's nothing wrong with that. I understand they're amazing countries. However, I want to encourage you to go deeper into these countries. Once you visited the most visited places, I would encourage you to get to know this country on a deeper level. Right. The next one I want to talk to you about is, of course, South Africa, right? A lot of people that I've met when I travel, when they talk about Africa, they see South Africa. How many times I will tell people I'm from Gabon and they're like, South Africa? No. So South Africa is indeed a very uh, popular country for people who want to dive into traveling on the continent, right? The continent is daunting for a lot of people because of the medias, because of what have been portrayed about Africa. And so a lot of people are afraid to visit on the continent. So they will usually go in these countries that are easy. And it's actually very smart to do that. It's easier to go to these places where, well, you won't be so disoriented because they're very well developed. They look like most biggest city in the world. Like if we're talking about Johannesburg, you might as well be in New York, Paris, London. It's very well developed. The roads are there, and you can rent a car. They have very good road infrastructure out there. So although recently they've been dealing with load shedding, that's another issue. I've been to South Africa twice. I've been to Johannesburg twice and Cape Town once. And I would say both cities are fantastic. They are amazing. The one that I prefer is Cape Town because of the beauty of Cape Town. Cape Town is breathtaking. You have the mountains. It is a coastal city. Of course, there's beautiful, breathtaking beaches everywhere. And if you push a little bit further, even just with the Uber, which we did with a friend, we went to the Cape of Good Hope, which is the furthest south on the African continent. You can do some hiking there, and it's just very beautiful. I would definitely invite you to not just stay in Johannesburg. South Africa has so many beautiful places to visit. I've been to Durban as well, which is another coastal city. We rented a car from Johannesburg with my husband and my kid and drove to Durban, where we stayed for a few days. We rented a magnificent flat. And but one experience that I would ask you to try in Johannesburg is to, if you go on Airbnb, you will find a lot of those. There's locals, and read the reviews. There's locals who will organize a tour, who would invite you to prepare a meal with them. They will take you to visit the township, and you will taste a true local meal from the country, and you will be able to talk to the local in the township. That just give you a whole other understanding of the people of the country. If there's one experience that I invite you to do, is that. And there's two experiences that I had in South Africa. I made some jewelry. I went with a friend of mine, and we went to visit a lady at her place, and she had a little art shop where she taught us how to make jewelry. And I have this jewelry to this day. Okay. And that was a very beautiful afternoon that we spent. And she really told us about her experience in her country. And that is something that really stayed with me. And after that, she actually told us where we could go and have a proper South African meal, right? Not the where the tourist goes, but she invited us to go to a small. If you see that shop, that restaurant, it didn't look like much at all. It's very affordable because that's where the local goes, and that's one of the best food I had in South Africa. Just to say, and that was in Cape Town, by the way, guys. That was in Cape Town. And for me, if I had to choose between Cape Town and South Africa, I would go to Cape Town because it's so beautiful. Also rented Airbnb with locals, and that was another great way, to I could talk to them, and they taught me so much about the country. So that's the best way for me to get to know a country and really understand how the locals lives, and not just walk through a country, do all the the touristy thing and then go. Maybe that's you, right? But I think when you visit a continent like Africa, there's a lot more meaning to that. Mainly if you are a black person or a person from African descent, when you come to Africa and you really want to understand the people, not what the news says, not what everybody says on social media, and get to know that country by yourself, you'll have a way better experience. There's something that I did love. I usually don't do tour buses. The one in Cape Town and in Johannesburg and in Cape Town are well worth it. They are the best one I've taken. They're really rich. The one in Johannesburg will take you to Soweto, will take you to so many landmarks of the country, right? Will take you to listen to some typical traditional songs, of the country that would completely fill you inside with, I don't know, a warm feeling, right? And so if there's something that I would advise you to do and you want to see everything that these countries have to offer, well, yes, take those tourist buses. They're not expensive, and they will actually give you an overview of the country. That's what I did. Once I've done that, then I decided to go deep and really get to know South Africa. Right, the next one, Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast is a French-speaking country. South Africa, Gambia, English-speaking countries. For those of you who don't speak French, Côte d'Ivoire still a great place to visit. Côte d'Ivoire, or Ivory Coast in English, is a French-speaking country. It's a country that's highly in the list of most French-speaking people, and mainly people from the African diaspora. When they want to go back to Africa, a lot of them choose to go back to Côte d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast. If you know Wode Maya decided to go to Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast, to learn French. And a lot of well-known YouTubers like Philippe Simo, the biggest YouTuber who has French speakers, will go in that country. They are not originally from that country, but they will go there because it's a country where the economy is quite strong, where it's easy to invest. And why I'm saying that to you who are going there as a traveler, because a country who has a high business opportunity potential is a place where it's well developed, right? It's a place where they are used to see a lot of foreigners. And although it's a French speaking country, the people in Côte d'Ivoire are very lively, very lovely, and very respectful too. So it's also a place where you arrive. When you are at the airport, you're like, wow, okay. When I arrive in Côte d'Ivoire for the first time, I'm like, wow, this place is amazing. But Côte d'Ivoire is more than Abidjan. They go to one of my friends who lives in Côte d'Ivoire. She was living in America for a very long time. Her husband is American, and they moved with their child. Now they have a second child to Abidjan, and she often show you the beauty that Côte d'Ivoire has to offer, Abidjan. And she will go outside as well and show you around Grand Bassam, Assini, and all these amazing places. There's so much to do in Ivory Coast. And there's one thing that I would advise you to do if you go to Ivory Coast is to try futu. Futu is a traditional side food. It's a mix of cassava and plantain together. I did love it, enjoy it. It's the best futu that I ever had. They have a lot of different food that you would really enjoy. And Côte d'Ivoire is also known, Ivory Coast is also known for the music, So if you are somebody that likes to go in nightclub, etc., and You know somebody you can go with. I think it would be a great experience to go in a nightclub because these people knows how to party and how to dance and how to do amazing music. You know, you'll have a lot of fun. And through their music and their food, that would be another way to go deep into the country and to not just stick to a tourist restaurant. Street food is available everywhere in Africa. So you just have to go where you see a big crowd waiting. You know that wherever you go in the world, right? Where the crowd are going, usually because the food is so good there, right? And if they're going there, it means that they're not getting sick after eating the food. Country number 4, it's Morocco. Who doesn't know Morocco? I've been to Morocco several times. I've been to so many places in Morocco. I had family living in Morocco at some point. I mean, Morocco, I don't think we do need to explain what to find in Morocco anymore. Morocco has so much to offer with the very vibrant market where you can really find bargain, where you can do some Arabic massages, where you can buy rose water for not a lot of money, where you can really have great bargain, and also the culture, right? Or going to the desert, or trying to learn, Arabic dances, etc. It's a very easy place to go. There's so much that is organized there for tourists. People speak more French, Arabic, and French. And it's also a country that is so used of seeing tourists every year that the, everything is readily available for you. The last experience that I had, I went to with my best friend, and we went to all inclusive first. That was my first time. Let me tell you, I didn't like it at all. I don't like all inclusive. It doesn't feel like traveling for me. It feels like I don't know, but I didn't like it. But the good thing is, she had a family member that lived in Morocco, and she came and collected us. And then we spent the night with her. We stayed at her place. That was the most amazing moment that I had in Morocco. We slept, in Morocco, they often have like those in the living room. They have these sofas where you can sleep as well. And we had typical Moroccan food. She brought one of her friends and we cooked meal together and we listened to music. Then we went to a beach and a cafe where a lot of Moroccan go. And guys, that's why I'm saying you will see that's the theme along that video is the more you try to spend time with the people from the country, the more fun and the today with social media, right? You may be able to find somebody from social media who is in Morocco and talk often about a country and ask her, hey, can you make me visit your country when I come there? Beautiful. There's so many activities that you can do. The food is amazing. The people are great. Shopping there is cheap. Many when you're in Marrakesh, even in Casablanca, I know I went in so many souks, like the market. And just even walking in the souk, talking to the vendors, you don't have to buy. They're gonna hassle you for sure. Number 5, of course, Ghana, right? The year of return. Ghana has opened the door to tourism for a very long time. Don't just stay in Accra. Explore other places. Go to the Cape Coast to learn and explore about the Ashanti culture. I had the most amazing time in Ghana. Visa was an issue then, but I know now for African, they opened the door to African, so we can travel now visa free. And the last bonus one is Tunisia. I've been to Tunisia. We went for my husband's birthday maybe 5 years ago. We had a very good time. Um, it was not my favorite place. I didn't feel the same warmth, than in Morocco or I don't know, maybe where I was. And also we went to that big hotel and it was also another all inclusive with my husband. And it was definitely, it's a beautiful country, the beaches and all. Tunisia is less busy than Morocco and have exactly the very same possibilities. So maybe if you want to skip the queue, Tunisia might be the place to go. So yes, these countries are maybe popular for certainly a very good reason, but there's always more to see. You know, always, whenever you go in any country really in the world, try to go deeper. Try to understand the country. So next time you go to an African country, try a different city and you will rediscover that country in a whole new way. On this channel, I want to encourage people to visit these countries in Africa that nobody are visiting. I'm certainly biased because I'm from Gabon, which is Central Africa. I understand that these countries aren't easy to visit. Like the visa process, maybe the plane ticket may be more expensive because they're less visited. However, when you give it a chance, and you have ways to get very good ticket in low season, when you give this country a chance, you will have another way to experience Africa. You will have a whole new understanding of the African continent. If you want to understand about tradition, if you want to understand about spirituality, right? You need to go a little bit deeper into the African continent. And that's what I'm inviting you to do on this channel, along with traveling the world, because I love just traveling and go anywhere. But Africa is where my heart is. And by the way, if you don't know me, I'm Jazz, and I am a proud child of Mama Africa.